Welcome to Hometown Heroes. I'm your host, Andy Kitzrow. Today we are in the greenhouses at the campus of Parkside High School. Students who are members of the horticulture program here at the Career and Technology Center at Parkside use these greenhouses as a place of their study for their program. The County Council and Board of Education were forward-thinking when they created the new Career and Technology Center here at Parkside High School in the fall of 1997. Many Wicomico County students have benefited from the CTE program over the years. To learn more about the horticulture program at CTE, I interviewed several students who have received local or national recognition or serve in leadership positions. Their teacher, Jerry Kelly, also provided me with excellent update on the program. Having students learn about horticulture is important to Wicomico County. Some of these students may choose agriculture as a career. In the state of Maryland, Wicomico County ranked second in the total value of agricultural products sold. Using the same measure, agriculture is the #1 industry in our county.
I'm Sade Andrews. I'm a senior at Bennett High School. I come to Parkside High School for CTE. I participate in the horticulture program.
Hi, I'm Brian Colleton. I'm a junior here at Parkside High School, and I was chosen as a delegate for the 2014 World Food Prize.
My name is Daquan Williams, and the school I go to is Wicomico High School, and I got involved with horticulture by choosing it. Well, I wanted to be a mechanic, but they didn't pick me for mechanic, so horticulture was the only option left, and I just chose to come in here. I thought it was gonna be boring, but then as a while, we started doing a lot more fun stuff than than how it was from 9th grade until now.
It's a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. At first, when I came, we were doing production with flowers and stuff, and I just thought we just got our hands dirty, but not only that, we learned a lot of things too.
I kind of expected it just to be an easy course, plants, sounds pretty easy, so I just put it on there, but it was so much more than that. It was learning how to work. It was retail. It was making the products itself. Then, on top of that, working with a whole bunch of people and trying to get along with them.
Well, I mean, basically, it stimulates the business world. We get to do customer service. We help older people and all different kinds of people. We meet different people and everything.
What I learned in horticulture class is that teamwork is the most important thing when it comes down to us working together. Students from other schools like Bennett, High, Parkside, we all come together and we pitch in and making awesome teamwork.
Before CTE, I was a really shy guy. I really didn't say a word, but CTE really brought out the best in me. Now I'm making jokes in the back of the classroom every day. Now people know me as the talkative guy, so it really brought out that in me.
It teaches you about different things in agriculture. It also gets you college ready. It encourages me to be the best I can be, and also learn to lead and stuff.
Well, CTE is a vocational program. It develops kids in sustaining habits towards occupational jobs, specific occupational jobs. We really focus, we have 2 large production greenhouses. So in a sense, it's production agriculture. Here in the horticulture department, we focus on plants and plant science and growing plants, but as well we talk about the business aspects of developing a business and growing a business. And we also do a lot of work, community-type career development programs such as 4-H and FFA, and working with the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Our students work as a team, and so we try to develop projects that they can work individually but also work as a group on. One of the first projects that we developed last year was setting the world record for the number of plants planted in an hour. So we had one of our students, Daquan Williams, who planted 2,141 plants in an hour and set the Guinness World Record.
The world record was 2,001 plants, and I broke the world record by planting 2,122 plants in 52 minutes and 2 seconds. At first, I didn't think I could do it, but then my team, they encouraged me, which was like the classmates, and they encouraged me to like keep going and kept cheering me on. So I had no choice but to keep going until I was done. The junior, senior, freshman, and sophomores, they all pitched in and helped. They was the one that was passing me the plants, and I was just sticking them in the ground. It made me feel so good. Like, it was like something that I never thought I could actually do. Like, I learned that, like, you can be something in life. Like, it's something out there for everybody. Mr. Kelly, he's the best teacher, like, any student could ask for. He makes sure we do our work, be on time, learn new things, like, out in the greenhouse, just experience new stuff. I thought he was playing, but then when the day came, he was really serious. So in the beginning, like ninth grade, like I was like a childish little kid. But then like after a while, I just like started like getting way mature than what I was from ninth grade until now. Like I felt that I accomplished a whole lot now than what I did when I was in ninth grade. It makes me feel like that I actually achieved something. Like I'm showing like people that you can still like do good out there, even though like as much as you want to avoid the bad things around us, like it's gonna happen regardless, because that's just a part of life. Well, Mr. Kelly, he actually wanted me to be in the program, because he seen like from like when I was in ninth grade, like even though like I was acting immature, like he still saw like good in me, and he knew that I can do it. Like, well, I could do this program. The day before the Guinness Book of World Record, Mr. Kelly, like he told me to go in the workshop and just practice, but like I wasn't like actually planting as fast like that. I was just like taking my time. But when the real thing came, like I knew it was about business, and I had to get it done. And it's not just me that was doing it, it was a team effort, which everyone pitched in and helped. They was cheering me on. They was telling me I could do it, and I did it. What I took out of that whole experience is that having a team is just like having a family, but everyone's working together by encouraging me to keep going, even though like I was halfway done and I managed to finish like 8 minutes or 9 minutes earlier than what I was supposed to be finished. I believe that having CTE is important because like it gets us ready for the real world. And like as soon as I graduate, like that's when it's gonna get really real.
You know, whether the word's getting out of what we do here or people are in the community are more excited about gardening and growing vegetables in their own garden, that's a positive development for us here. We focus on growing ornamental type plants for the community. So the students are involved in establishing the plants and growing the plants and finishing the plants, as well as marketing the product to the community. So we stay busy. You know, if we're not growing, we're selling. And we're open all year long.
They take us around the school, like just to basically like show us what like college can be like and everything. And they also teach us like different things like in agriculture.
My work is a lot better. I'm more efficient with my time and work.
Mr. Kelly, he pushes us like to be better. Not only that, but he tries to get us future ready as well. He's very considerate. He can be very funny at times, and everybody really likes him.
I've learned to be more of a leader and speak out my voice more instead of just sitting in the back of the classroom.
In horticulture class, it taught me that I had to learn respect, responsibility, integrity, and be respectful. And you learn some discipline in here too. But I would take that with me as I move on forward with my life and go to the Army. I will take that with me.
Not only do you get to learn how to do these things, but you can take it from school and actually get a job.
We do production research in conjunction with the university. So last year we had students do biofungicide research and the growth response of chrysanthemums, and those two students are going to be going to Houston this March to present that research at a national conference. And this past year we've developed a relationship with the extension offices in the counties. We have a FFA, a Future Farmers of America, and then we started a 4-H STEM initiative where students do all kinds of investigations, as well as we started a Manners. We were the first Manners charter, which is minorities in agriculture, here in our class. And so, out of the 50 students, everybody's involved, and we stay busy, as well as, we grow 100,000 plants during the course of the year. So, that's unique in and of itself, getting those plants established, growing those plants, and promoting them as well. We had a student this summer wrote an extensive paper on global food security issues, specifically in the country of Ghana, and how extension practices can help.
Well, over the summer, my teacher, Jerry Kelly, called me up and he asked me if I wanted to write a paper. They gave you a list of countries to pick out, like third world countries, so you can pick out from the list, and there's also subjects you can pick. I picked Ghana. And from that, to go from Ghana and do extension services. And extension services we have over here at Parkside is like FFA, Manners, and 4-H. They liked the paper, and they're like, hey, you should come down to the Global Youth Conference and be the first delegate from Maryland. I was joyful, I was happy, but at the same time I was nervous about it happening. There was about 160 students that came to the conference. There's people from Canada, Nigeria. There's a couple students from China there too. It dealt a lot with food security and global issues involving food. By 2050, we're going to have 9 billion people on this planet, and the current issue is how we're going to feed all those people. The reason they invited the youth to this conference is because this generation is going to figure out those problems, and we're going to be the next generation to face these problems. Everybody has a different background, and everybody's country is different. And so knowing all the different backgrounds coming together helps a lot with dealing with these issues. There's a lot of farms being demolished for cities and new stuff like that. And the farmers don't have a lot of access to technology. They don't have the proper tools to use it. Some farmers are still using the tools that their grandfathers used and their great-grandfathers used. It's important for youth to discuss that because a lot of the youth are going to be in charge one day, and we're not going to know how to run things if we don't be involved with the community. It felt amazing at first, people were actually listening. Like, adults usually don't tend to listen to kids or teens and their ideas and their thoughts and their solutions. There should be more ways that we should be able to speak up more.
The best part of teaching is watching a student develop interest, and then they develop some skills, and then they develop some confidence. So that's the most rewarding part. When I met Brian Colleton, you could tell that this kid was already had a lot of great ideas. I mean, Brian has been one of the, right from the very first day, he was a responsible student, and he would always go above and beyond what was expected. I could call Brian since we're open all the time, I could call Brian on a moment's notice and he would be here to help. One of the things I noticed that he developed from this summer until now is Brian's a little more organized in his thinking. He's a little more organized in the way he approaches problems, in the way he develops solutions to problems. I'm really encouraged to see that after going to the Global Youth Institute and working with students from all around the world, he's a lot better at working with students all around this classroom, which is significant progress. And I think Brian has at this point the experience in Iowa has opened to some respects the need that we have here in the community, but across the world. And so I think he's a little more humble kid. I think he realizes that he has a lot to learn, but as well he has the abilities to be successful. The students really get a sense of self-confidence. They also develop some leadership skills. I mean, each one of my students has a role within our classroom organization. And so, whether they're the treasurer of one of our groups or they're the president or the vice president, they all have understand that it's more than one person is running the show. And so it's really rewarding to see kids step up and take responsibility. And sometimes they just push me out of the way and say, I've got this. And I like that. I like that when that happens.
I'm the class representative for the advisory committee, and we'd like to discuss what needs to be improved as far as production and sales and advertisement and everything. It's pretty awesome, I guess. Like, it's actually making a difference in the community as well. Like, I enjoy spending time with people from other schools. We basically just discuss things that go on in here. We also talk about what we need to improve, with the greenhouses or any kind of production. Well, I actually never really knew that a lot of people came to buy plants, but it's a lot more people than I actually expected. There's a lot of fun days in here too, and we also learn to work with people that you don't know, so you get to know people and everything. Leadership, how to communicate with people, being considerate of everybody. Working as a team, it makes the work time faster, and it's really fun. Once you learn how to do those things, you get the job done better. CCE would prepare us to also work with people that you don't know, and also to communicate and also help other people as well.
Our students have an opportunity to investigate what makes a plant grow, essentially, and what makes a beautiful plant. And so we do a lot of investigations, whether it's the pH of the soil or the EC of the soil, what specifically type of fertilizer this plant will use, what kind of lighting, how long it should be, when they should, in fact, in the last week we talked about when we should start a plant, when it should finish. So the students actually get a chance to do their own investigations. They get a chance to do research on the different varieties of flowering plants and vegetables. And so they actually take the idea of growing a plant, and then they follow through, and as the plant grows, and then they also have to market it. So we maintain a website, which I guess in a month's time last year we had 10,000 people from the community visit our website, which we thought that was pretty significant. So the students not only grow the plants, but they have to market them. So they get a real good sense of business skills needed, whether it's advertising, marketing, selling, promoting in a business. This is a business atmosphere as well as a cooperative situation, which a lot of students don't. I feel like they come in here and going what? I have to actually be here on time, and I have to work, and I have to follow through, and I have to investigate and research. And so they get a lot of practical business skills as well. Coming up here, which we're really excited about, May 1st, is we're going to launch what's called an AAS garden. And AAS stands for All American Select Garden, and we'll be the second high school in the 75 years of this specific program to grow and to promote new varieties of plants. So we'll be sort of a community garden as well as a school garden, and we'll be gardeners and landscapers and people that just want to see these new plants will be the headquarters. Yeah, I believe the CTE program is invaluable because some students flourish here in the CTE program. They develop a skill that they become comfortable with, and they become, awesome technicians and caregivers and workers, and they just develop, a sense of pride and confidence that I believe some students wouldn't reach those heights in a regular classroom. Here we have open space and we're outside, and we have 100 different avenues just in this classroom where a student can pursue.
If you would like to nominate someone for Hometown Heroes, please contact George Whitehead at 410-543-6369 or email him at giwhitehead@salisbury.edu.
Our youth are incredibly talented. We have incredibly talented youth. I rely on them every day. And I think that's why organizations are finding that they're embracing the youth, because they're not only the ones that are going to work in the future towards a solution, but they have the solution already. And one of the things when I was in Iowa at the Global Youth Conference on World Food Security issues, each student had a chance to present his solution to a group of agricultural luminaries from around the world. And after every talk, the people, these people were going like, I never thought of that. Like, that's awesome. I'm going to take that back with me. So, I would like to think that, and I found it to be, the truth is that the kids, the solution is there. We just need to bring more people in, especially the youth. Well, I think youth are important in any issue, especially a global one, because the youth have the solutions. I found from my own experiences is that some things I struggle with, they have the answers right at their fingertips. And so as well, I'm not just the only instructor here. I have instructors at the university as well come in and talk to the students, and they learn a little bit about what's expected them in college life. So we're really fortunate to have that program as part of our curriculum here.
I'm the president of the Junior Manners Program. It stands for Minorities in Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Related Sciences. We come together, we learn further about agriculture and different jobs and things that you can get in it. And it also gets you career ready and college ready. My teacher, he was different from a lot of other teachers. Like, he's very nice and he's real helpful. And also, it was interesting, I guess. I learned that I could work hard and communicate with people.
What I learned from this experience that's going to help me in the Army is that speed and time is my key of being successful.
It's important to have CTE in high school because it teaches you a lot of different things. I mean, there's computer repair right down the hall, there's automotive right across the hallway, and there's horticulture right here.
I think CTE in general is an awesome benefit. I have an opportunity to see a student come in with no idea what they want to do as far as career opportunities or college, and one of the things that I'm particularly feel satisfied with is that the students not only learn how to grow plants, but they grow here in our class over a number of years, and they gain a sense of confidence, and they gain a sense of perspective on what they want to do with their life. And so I don't expect every student to become an ag student or a horticulture student, but they do learn some leadership skills and some sustaining habits that will provide them with some success in the future.
The accomplishments of these students are an excellent example of the difference students can make in their community and the nation. I congratulate them on their achievements. These types of recognition highlight their achievements and also the support they receive from their school and community. Certainly the CTE Horticulture program, just as other programs in our schools, create a caring school climate for our young people. These programs also show that the community values their efforts. It is also exciting to learn that the programs in our schools reach out for national recognition. We applaud the efforts of the Horticulture program for launching the All-American Select Display Garden on May 1st. What a benefit to this county. Until next time, I'm your host, Andy Kitzrow, and this is Hometown Heroes on PAC 14.
You too can be a hometown hero on PAC 14.
You too could be a hometown hero on PAC 14.
You too could be a hometown hero on PAC 14.